Hey guys, good morning from Saigon, Vietnam. It's a beautiful morning. It's right now 9 a.m. I'm out here at the park. Forgive me, it's a bit noisy. So, on this video, I'm going to be talking about the mistakes that you should not do out here in Vietnam. So I'm going to be sharing it from my personal experience since I've been living out here in Vietnam for more than 7.5 years. So I thought I'm in a better position to talk about this. And of course, if you're new to my channel, the name of my channel is called as Sujoy in Vietnam. I've been living in Vietnam for over 7 years now. I was an English teacher before for 4.5 years, and then I started my online digital marketing business. And I'm also a full-time YouTuber, so if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. So yeah, I hope you guys are able to hear. I'm sorry it's a bit noisy. I'm out here in front of the busy morning Saigon congested traffic, right? So yeah, let's just dive in straight, okay? So if you're coming to Vietnam, a quick disclaimer, um, you know, Vietnam is a beautiful country. I've been living here for so many years now. There's so many beautiful places to visit, and of course, most of the Vietnamese people are very nice, kind, and hospitable towards foreigners, right? But also sometimes you will find some bad apples out here. So that's something which I want to actually highlight on in this video, right? So the first mistake which you should not do when you're traveling around out here in Vietnam is don't involve yourself in any kind of altercation with any Vietnamese person, right? I've seen this and I've experienced this, so that's the reason why I want to share this with you. You're a guest out here in Vietnam. You're coming out here as a tourist. Don't try to have any kind of altercation with any Vietnamese person, because very easily you're going to have a lot of other Vietnamese people. They're going to be flocking around, and they'll take their side, and you'll be like a sore thumb. So that could get violent, that could get physical. So try to avoid any kind of altercation with any Vietnamese person. If you see that things are getting out of control, so just say sorry, or just say Xin Loi and just walk the fuck off, right? Don't involve yourself in any kind of altercations out here in Vietnam. Even like if you're hanging around Saturday nights or Friday nights and you're drinking a beer or you're enjoying yourself and you're getting a bit out of hand, don't raise your voice or don't try to show any disrespect, because some Vietnamese, they can take it personally, and they can gang up, and they can take care of you. So just be a bit so just be cautious about that, right? Okay, so the second one would be if you're a single expat and if you're going out for a date out here in Vietnam, so maybe you're using online apps like Tinder or Vietnam Cupid or Badoo. So you meet this Vietnamese girl, and so this from my personal experience, like the first date should be always very simple. Like you can just have a coffee date or something. But if you see that she's like taking you to a lot of expensive restaurants and you're spending around $20-30, and then she's taking you to flashy places, and you're like, your money would be like, it's kind of a very expensive date, right? So basically she's kind of using you. She's going to take all those Instagram photographs, and so that she can upload that on the dating sites, and so that she can show to other guys that look, I'm living a flashy lifestyle or something. So just, if these are red flags. I've heard of, I've even experienced this. Like I met this I met this chick in Hanoi. This was many years back, and she took me out for a very expensive BBQ restaurant joint. I spent a lot of money out there. I spent around 600,000, and then she took me for some beer and everything. And then she just cut me out, right? So yeah, so just be a bit careful. I'm not saying all Vietnamese girls are like this, but there are specific bad apples, where they'll just take you out for lavish restaurants. If you see that you're spending a lot of money on her on the first date, then that's like a red flag for you. That should be a red flag for you. So yeah, I mean, always be respectful, mind your P's and Q's, don't get into any kind of altercation. And this applies to anywhere in Southeast Asia, even in Thailand also. If you're traveling around, just don't get into any kind of altercation. Remember, you're the guest. You're a guest out here in this country, in this part of the world. So they can easily flock up and and they can take care of you. So just be very mindful about that. What else? Any other mistakes? Don't be too loud, and don't try to like, I know you're coming from your home country, or maybe you may be coming from the West or Europe or wherever. Just when you come out here, come with a learning mindset. Don't try to own people out here. Don't try to raise your voice. Vietnamese people are very introvert type people. They're very traditional type people. They don't like to raise their voices. They like to keep it very calm and simple. Unlike in Thailand, it's a bit different out there. So don't compare Thailand. Yeah, the third mistake actually would be, don't compare Thailand. Don't think Vietnam is like Thailand. They're like, you're comparing oranges with apples. The kind of experience which you had in Thailand, the nightlife, and like the mindset of the people, the girls, dating scene and everything is going to be quite opposite out here in Vietnam. So remember, dating in Vietnam is very traditional. They're very deep rooted. I would say it's a very deep rooted society. So it takes time for a girl to get to know you if you really want to date a good Vietnamese girl. So yeah, I mean, just take your time and don't be a desperate person. Like, don't expect to have a one night stand out here in Vietnam. It's just like, there are some bad girls, they'll do that for you. But the thing is, a good Vietnamese girl, she'll always take her time to get to know you. And of course, she'll be very loyal to you, if you're looking for a very loving partner out here in Vietnam. So yeah, I mean, that's all I want to say. I hope you can incorporate these tips while traveling around out here in Vietnam. So that's all I want to say. I would love to hear from you more. Like, if you have any more points which you would like to add, you can always mention that in the comment section below. If you like watching this video, make sure to like and smash and subscribe to my channel and all the good stuff. And if you found this video to be insightful, sorry, there are a lot of Chinese tourists, they're very bit loud. Yeah, so if you found this video to be insightful, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description below. Additionally, you can support my content. Sujoy in Vietnam. You can pick up a t-shirt, and that way you can show your love. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. This was me, Sujoy. Peace out.